Hello, can I speak to Srijesh?
Yeah.
Yes, Srijesh, this side Venkat from Unisys.
Okay.
Your telephonic interview has been scheduled, right?
Yeah.
Are you comfortable now?
Yeah, fine.
Yeah. Yes, Srijesh, can you tell something about yourself? Like, just I opened your CV and
Yeah, actually,
just want to understand.
I have around 11 and a half years of experience in IT industry. And I have started as a Java developer only. Worked on various frameworks like JSF, Threads, Spring, web services, SOAP-based web services, Liveframe, Magnolia, then uh, lot of UI technologies, Angular 5, and JSON-based RESTful web services. These are the technologies which I have worked, and right now I am handling around 6 projects. Out of that, 5 is maintenance and 1 is development project.
Okay, like what is your current role? Like what is day-to-day activity? What you used to do in the office? Like it's a development or just like handling the team and
Yeah, I do development as well. Also coordinate the work with the team members, because we are having only 3 members in the office and the rest of all are in Latin American countries. So I'm handling a team of size 3 here in India.
Okay.
So we have 5 projects. Those are in maintenance and only 1 project is development. All are going parallel.
Okay. Like how comfortable you are in core Java?
Yeah, I am very much comfortable in core Java. 8 out of 10.
Okay. What is the latest version? What is the version you are using in your
I am
project?
using JDK 8 now, because we got a mail saying that Java is going to be paid from January 2019. So we are using OpenJDK 8, and we are other versions, whatever we are using, all are converting to OpenJDK 8 now.
Okay. Like what are the features? Like what is the, like there is a support for the lambda expressions, right? Like in the JDK 1. Like what do you mean? Like yeah.
Lambda expression I used sometimes when I need to filter some Java beans with some names and all, that I found it easy. So somewhere I have used the lambda expressions for that.
Okay.
Otherwise,
for example,
we need to use for sorting and all. We can easily use lambda expressions to sort based on names or whatever required. Otherwise, we have to write our own class and do those kind of things. We don't need to do.
Okay, for example, I am storing employee objects in a list.
Yeah.
Okay. And just I want to get the employee name as a list.
Yeah. I don't remember the syntax and all, but I did these kind of things. We can have an arrow mark and like that.
No, just I'm not asking about the syntax.
Okay.
Like what I'm asking is, for example, I have employee objects with some parameters like name, age, and city. And what my output should be, it should be a list. And only the city is enough for me, or name is enough for me. Not like a whole employee object is not required.
Okay.
Like in JDK 1.8, like lambda expressions, like do you know like which API need to be used for this kind of requirement?
That I don't remember right now. But these kind of things I have used in my program.
Okay. And for example, like there are multiple interfaces, like lambda expression, there is a concept called functional interfaces.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you know that?
No, I haven't used that. These
Okay.
small things I have used, but I haven't gone deep into lambda expression and all.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, one is used
Like,
for.
I have like, okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
1.8, okay.
Yeah.
And like, you heard about the inner classes in Java, right?
Yeah, I heard. Yeah.
Like, could you please tell me, like, in which scenario you will go for a inner class?
Inner class normally we don't use, but for static class or something, we create an inner class to instantiate something inside a class.
Okay. Like, can you relate me to map me to some other like live example? Like, can you tell at least to like JDK which all areas they implemented the inner class?
Oh, JDK classes where the inner classes are implemented, you are asking.
No, no. I am asking like like in any of your whether you have implemented the inner
Yeah.
class.
That is what I'm remembering. 2 days back also I saw this kind of a code. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That is what I am just, but I am not getting that exactly saying. 2 days back also I have gone through that code.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah.
Like, what are the like, did they have the creational, structural, and behavioral design patterns are there, right?
Design
Like, there are a
patterns.
lot of
Yeah.
design patterns. Yes. Like in Java, like, can you tell me like some of the design patterns which were used in any of like frameworks and core Java? Like, for example, if you take a
Yeah.
silence or like if you take a filters or
Yeah.
any kind of thing like a Spring or core
Yeah.
Java, like what are the patterns they use?
Spring used the Bean Factory basic, and there are a lot of other fact patterns. Java classes also used that integer dot parse in. Spring uses that Bean Factory and front controller pattern. That is the servlet filter using. Hello.
Yeah. Please go ahead. Like in core Java, like any of the patterns you
Yeah.
were able to link it up.
Core Java in JDK classes, whichever they have used, right?
Yeah, any of the Java patterns.
Yeah.
Or
JDK.
web services, like you are telling, like web services. You worked on the web services and all, like in web services, any of the design patterns they used. Or
Web
anything, like,
services.
uh,
Hmm.
uh, just whatever you work, like in the area you work, like what are the design patterns you are able to see in the code?
No, singleton pattern is there. Then uh,
Okay. And for example, like if I ask you, like you mentioned a Spring also in your CV, right?
yeah.
Like for example, think in a way that you don't have a Spring framework.
Okay.
And I am asking you, like, Sijesh, can you come up with a framework similar to Spring? Like the requirement, whatever I given
Yeah,
is
got it.
the,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, we can use. We can create those kind of framework using Java reflection and all.
Okay.
Framework where it instantiate classes and wire all the other objects and all without XML. Also, we can have create our own annotations, all these things. I think that is how the Rod Johnson started long back in Spring.
Okay.
to make the things simpler so that we can plug multiple things into one framework and use whichever is required at that time, so that it kind of a loosely coupled architecture. So we can also create this framework
Okay.
by using Java reflection and all those things.
Okay. And like there are multiple like a new version of threads you are aware of. Like there are like some of the concept has been introduced in JDK 1.5 to support the thread. Some of the classes. Are you aware of those classes? Like a cyclic barrier, countdown latch. Do you know that concept?
No, I haven't gone through that.
Okay. Okay. And for example, there is a like collection, there is a synchronized map. There is a method called synchronized map.
That thing I have used somewhere. Map dot synchronize concurrent hash maps also recently introduced. Not recently, no, it is long back. That also I have used.
Okay. Like there is a method called in the collections was synchronized map, right?
Yeah,
like for example,
correct.
if that method itself is not there, think in a way that we don't have that method. And our requirement is like to support a synchronized version of the map. Okay, we need to get a synchronized version of map. And unfortunately, Java is not given that method. Just assume that Java is not there.
Okay.
And like if I ask you to come up with a synchronized map, what you will do? Like just I'm trying to understand in your standpoint, like what the method synchronized map is doing. The same way I'm trying to understand like what would be the implementation.
We need to implement that map interface first, and then create, add, remove and all, and those method or the blocks inside that method should be synchronized so that we can handle the synchronization problem. While adding only it is required, and while getting we don't need synchronization. While adding and removing we need to have a synchronized block in method, and we need to implement the map from map in interface. We need to create our own class, and we have to add logic inside add, remove, get and all. And add and remove we have to add a synchronized block.
Like very well, you will add that in a method or how will you
add that. We have in a add method we will have a synchronized
For example, you are writing a collections for synchronized map. You are writing that method.
No, I am not writing a method. I am if there is no method or anything, what I will do is that I will create a class which implements the map interface.
In that case, you will be implementing the hash map implementation.
Yeah, you are saying hash map is not there, right?
No, hash map is there.
Okay. In that case, I will add the logic inside synchronize map method. I will write synchronize block inside that.
Okay. Like, have you worked on Spring Boot?
Spring Boot one project 3 months I have worked on, because our client asked us to convert the existing project to Spring Boot. That I was able to do, but later on they didn't proceed with that.
Okay.
So I have converted one existing project to a Spring Boot project and was able to run that application, but they didn't go with the Spring Boot application due to some compatibility issue or something.
Okay. And how comfortable are you, like, if I ask you Spring Boot related questions?
Questions I didn't prepare for Spring Boot.
Okay.
Because practically I did. theoretically I need to look. The thing I understood is that we don't need a Tomcat to run Spring Boot application, and that is embedded with Tomcat. So the jar also var. In both ways we can run that in Eclipse. That I know once I created that.
Okay. And the question, like one more question in code, like for example, I have a text file. I want to read like a number of lines in the text file.
Okay.
How you will read?
We can use a buffered reader and read line of count.
Okay.
While br.read, we can count that.
Okay. Okay. And like which version of web services? Like you worked on Spring Boot web services?
Right now also I am working on web services using @REST controller. That is Spring 4, Spring 4. Version is 4.
Okay. Like how the caching will work in like REST services? Like what are the
caching in the sense what exactly?
Like for example, you are a consumer. Like how the caching will work? Do you have any context on that?
I am a consumer of the one JSON web services, for example. Okay. So we are making only some calls, right, from Angular or jQuery. We will make a call, and you want to cache it from UI or?
Yes. Yeah.
From the UI you want to cache. I haven't done that, but maybe we can store the data in browser itself for some time if required.
Okay.
Browser supports that functionality.
Okay.
Some session is there in the browser, there we can store. I didn't use, or some browser cache is there we can store.
Okay. Like how the validation works in Spring MVC?
Spring MVC.
You worked on Spring MVC, right?
Yeah, I worked on that. Spring. This REST is also this. If we use that controller as @controller, it will work as a Spring MVC, and it will return a model and view. We have we can include a model and validators framework if required in Spring MVC. Nowadays, whatever I am working is it's kind of a thin HTML client and normally JSON based web services. So we have validation in the UI in JavaScript, and backend also we have written custom validations.
Okay, custom validations in the sense
like we are not using any validator framework. Instead, we will manually write this condition, and we will fetch the error from the one property file, so that it will be displayed in the UI.
Okay. Coming to core Java, like for example, in the object class there is a method called clone, which is defined as a protector, right?
Yeah.
Do we have any idea like why that method has been defined as a protected?
Protected means it can.
No. There should be some importance. I know what do you mean by protected, right? Like there should be some importance being defined as a protected in the object class or the clone method especially. Like do you have any idea like what is the importance of that?
No.
Okay. And have you worked on AOP?
Yeah, I have worked on AOP.
Like,
6 months back
what is
also I
it?
worked. Yeah.
Okay, what is exactly like AOP? What is the importance of AOP?
No, I have used that for logging purpose. Okay, once
Okay.
uh, we have some requirement like whatever the user send from UI to a web services, if the web service is success or if that request is success or failure, whatever it is, they want to capture the input data and the output. So in that case, I have written once the web service is finished, after that this the controller will comes to the AOP class. It is configured in like that. So once the controller comes to here, I will uh, log the data to the database tables. So I have already mentioned in the method, like once uh, uh, this AOP class method, I have written the expression. So once this got executed, this should come to this method like that.
Okay. Okay, Sujesh, like, I'm done. Okay, I'll give the feedback to the HR and she will call you for the further
Okay.
things.
Okay.
Huh?
Thank
Yes.
you.
Yes. Thanks. Thanks.
Okay. Thank you.